Hey everyone, so I usually don't make serious videos like this, so this is probably going to be a little scuffed, but I wanted to share with you guys what's been going on in my life for the past near year at this point. So let's get started. So I think that the tipping point for me really started around, I'd say, early September. I was just getting started with my senior year of high school, and about a week or so in, I noticed that something was off. You may be asking what that is, and it was because less people than I expected were talking to me and saying hi and stuff like that. And I think the people had their reasons for this, but I think the reason that less people talked to me in that specific year is that I kind of just don't text people first. Like, I just don't get down like that. So that's probably like the main reason people kind of stopped bothering. But they probably have their reasons as well. But yeah, I did not know how to handle this at all. So I just did nothing. Like, if I were in a better place, I probably would have reached out to people. I would have been like, hey, you're not talking to me as much. What's going on? But no, I just did not do anything. And I let the situation deteriorate for pretty much my entire senior year of high school. I didn't really do anything to win people back, which is a huge regret because I met a lot of great people throughout my time in high school. So kind of sucks, but I don't really know what to do about it now since I'm 2 months graduated at this point. I actually did end up graduating high school a couple months ago, but we'll get to that. Anyways, as I said, I let the situation deteriorate, and by the end of high school, I had like a handful of people left who kind of made me happy and talked to me throughout the end of that period. Car passing by. All right, where was I? So yeah, I did eventually end up graduating high school, as I mentioned, and I kind of said to myself, this is it. Hopefully the stress is over now. Like, yeah, hopefully this is it for stress, because I was stressed out. I had a lot of anxiety due to not having much fun that year. So I was like, yeah, hopefully it's over. But little did I know, I could not have been more wrong. So actually, in the middle of my senior year of high school, my mom started participating in something that I do not stand for at all. I'm not going to say exactly what she did because this was a private matter. This happened in my personal life. Like, I just don't feel comfortable sharing that information with you guys, if you can understand that. So yeah, she was participating in this, and it didn't really become a problem for me until like this summer. So there were a lot of problems that happened due to the circumstances this summer. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost moved out because of it. Like, I was heavily considering it. Like, I was devastated by this. Like, this was the person who raised me. This is the person who did lots of stuff for me, and now they're doing this. Like, really? Like, I did not need that in my life at that moment. So I was like, I'm probably moving out. But I did end up working things out with her, like, and then I did eventually end up giving her a second chance. So yeah, that right there, that's about as bad as I was hoping things would get, because now the bad things were starting to seep their way into my personal life. So I was kind of starting to get a little worried, but I was hoping that was going to be it. However, nothing could have prepared me for what was about to happen next over the next like month and a half, I guess. So for those who don't know, I was heavily involved with the Crash Course friend group for the past 3.5 years, and we've always kind of had our occasional problems, but we have always like sorted it out. But like, the real beginning of the end of me in that friend group began like somewhere around early this year. I'd say like this summer, honestly, when a couple members of the group suggested that I remove certain strategies from my speed runs because I'm a speedrunner. I do hard stuff. I'm a top level speedrunner. Now, I know that this is genuine advice and that they meant well, but I'm very passionate about my runs, and I feel as if I can hit something in a run, if I feel confident that I can hit something in a run, like, I'm gonna add it to runs because, like, why not? But yeah, like, the main problem with that is that they did not stop telling me to remove strats from my runs. Like, this kind of just was an occasional thing that came up like every other day, and I was starting to get tired of it, man. Like, don't tell me to remove strats from my runs. But about a week ago was when things started to get really bad. Not related to this, really. And I was just kind of checked out due to, like, the tensions that were between me and the group at that point. Like, I started leaving a lot of stuff, more stuff than I usually would if this happened. Like, I left all the groups. I ended up leaving the crash course, and ultimately I came to the decision that it was time to leave the friend group because I was now in a position where I was trying to eliminate as much stress from my life as possible. And, like, I really didn't want to go through, like, the mental turmoil that we would go through sometimes, like, ever again. So I announced to them a couple days ago that I was leaving the friend group. And there's been a lot of support for the most part. So thank you guys for that. You know who you are. Love you. But yeah, that's kind of where we stand today. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sure how much more of the stress I can handle, because the night I left the friend group, I was just miserable. I was on my kitchen floor. I was lying on my kitchen floor, like, thinking, like, what has my life come to? Like, what's happened to me? And just stuff like that. And if the fact that I should have stepped away from everything and focused on my mental health wasn't set in stone before that moment, it definitely was. It definitely was now. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a couple months and like, fuck, I can't think of the word. Yeah, I'm gonna, like, cut ties with all things isn't Pat. I can't think of the right phrase right now. It's probably gonna come to me after I record this, but still, I'm gonna, like, end everything isn't Pat for a couple months, and then I want to try new things. Like, I was thinking about drawing, watching new TV shows. I was thinking about reading a book. Yeah, I just want to explore the world, man. Like, I want to go to my favorite places. I want to drive more. Like, I mentioned in one of the past events I did that I probably needed therapy after all this. So I want to try to get that done. But yeah, that's where that stands. I really want to try to be back before the end of the year. So probably October or November. That's when I'm shooting to come back. But yeah, I just can't handle this stress anymore, man. And I just need a couple months to sort of regain my confidence, because, like, running something you're passionate about while at the same time you're feeling as if your life is falling apart, it's just not going to work out. So that is why I'm taking the 2-month break. Just nearly a year full of stress, just overflowing, and, like, I think this is it. I think this is all I can handle, and I can't imagine, like, running my Isn't Pap stuff during all of this. Like, that's how you get bad streams. That's how you get bad content. And I really just want to avoid that. But when I come back, I want to try, of course I'm going to do my Bob speedruns to get a better time. You may be asking, like, Pap, I thought you were about to get this 44, man. Like, honestly, I can live with a 45 for now. Like, that's still a pretty good time. Even though it's pretty unoptimized, I'm still very proud to have a 45 in this game. Like, I've come so far. But yeah. But we're also going to try to do a lot more variety because eventually I want to meet new people. I'm probably going to be done with friend groups for a while, but I do want to meet new people. Like, I really want the right fit for me. Most of the people in the friend group were the right fit for me, but I need something more positive. I want the environment of the streams to be more positive for sure. So that's probably what I'm going to look for if I look for another friend group. And I think that's all I had to say. So hopefully you guys can understand my point of view in this situation and why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's really just been too much, man. Too much stress. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to recharge our batteries and hopefully come back a better person. Because I will tell you, this is not the end of PAP. I want to make this a career. I really want to make gaming my career because this is the number one thing I'm passionate about is playing games for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be with Bob because it's really hard to grow a career off of BFB speedruns. Even though I love to do that, it's just not realistic enough for me to do it. So yeah, I think that's it. After this video goes up, I'm out. So yeah, I will see you guys in either October or November. I'll still probably be active on Twitter just a tiny bit, but for the most part, I'm done. I'm done for a bit. So I will be seeing you guys later this year. I'll be seeing you guys in the fall, maybe the winter. Who knows? However long it takes just to get me in a better place. That's all I'm hoping for. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Hopefully things are better. Take care, everybody. Love you all.